Peace. Welcome to my video. This is going to be my 9-month and 6-day check-in, and it's also going to be part 2 of why I'm nicotine free, where I'm discussing why I choose to be nicotine free each day. And mentally, I have grown mentally to a state and to a maturity, to a mental maturity of, even if I think I want something like nicotine, or I have thoughts of, I wonder what that would be like if I had nicotine again after 9 months and 6 days without it. Or thoughts such as, what is it going to feel like when I do actually do the nicotine? Or thoughts like, am I making it harder on myself mentally than I am if I just continue to do nicotine in moderation? And then also thoughts like, do I even know that mentally I am, or how do I know that mentally what I'm experiencing in my mental state of being is, right for me, or per se. But then I go ahead and I answer those questions, and, I don't need the nicotine mentally, and I am actually growing mentally, and over this journey of 9 months and 6 days, I've known nothing other than growth mentally, and expanding mentally, as well as what I can say is, along this journey, it's 9 months and 6 days, replacing the mismatching that the nicotine had done to my brain. So basically getting through all that, sorting out all that junk, all that crap, as well as the thoughts of, hey, when's my next hit going to be, or what's it going to feel like when... I don't have to worry about that. Because I chose 9 months ago and 6 days to quit nicotine, I didn't give up my power, so I don't have to wait for, that time for me to just continuously think about what it's going to be like when I do try nicotine again. Am I ever going to try nicotine again? If I do, am I going to become addicted again? I don't look at it like that. I'm aware and I'm conscious that those thoughts and on a mental level can occur, and I'm sharing with you guys that then it can occur, but I'm also sharing with you that throughout the journey you will grow mentally and you'll be able to deal with these problems or these scenarios. When these questions arrive, you'll be able to answer them. You'll be able to receive them correctly. What else mentally? Mentally, had I still been addicted to nicotine today, there's no saying, as soon as you quit nicotine, everything is better. No, it's a gradual increase, and everything is, it's cause and effect. So obviously you're going to see the effects of once you do something. What was the cause of it? It was what you did. So mentally, not having to deal with those thoughts, like I said, on a daily basis, like I iterated in my first part 1 of this video. Now I'm reiterating that the mental freedom that you get from the drug is outmatched to continuously staying on the drug. If you need any convincing, then, well, here goes this. Really, after you quit nicotine, shortly after, you soon to just get over that patch where it's not difficult anymore. You might not even start thinking about it second to second. Maybe you'll start thinking about it at the beginning minute to minute, then it's hour to hour, then it's day to day, then it's month to month. But you continuously detach from it the more you abstain from it. So that is mentally what is going on in the mental category. Physically, if I am dealing with, oh, I need nicotine to get me through the day, or, hey, guys, let's go have a smoke right after this, or let's go do this, and hey, man, you want to hit this? Try this nicotine, or, you know, why are you being so harsh? Just have fun for once, right? Well, I can put myself at ease in tying this into mentally, like I was talking about before. I can put myself at mental and physical ease, knowing that I don't have to pressure myself. I don't have to put myself in a situation I don't want to be in right now. I can put in the work. I can put in the mental work. I can put in the physical work. I can put in the spiritual work. I can put in the emotional work that's needed, really, on this journey, what's needed to be done. And then I can also include the parts where, I'm getting done what needed to be done. But I'm not just gonna cave in and cave into my desires, because, yes, there's desires, and it seems as if there's desires that are deeply rooted, which, for me, nicotine, just view that as what I just said through the lens of how much you are attached to it. And I mean in a broad, general area, and then you can break that down into subcategories or specific categories. But what I'm saying is, I don't need to worry about that. When the time comes, the time will come. I can continuously put in that work with no regrets, with no problem, literally. So, physically, you're not having the hot feeling of, when you ever take that nicotine hit, it's like that. I'm sure it's like that with cigarettes, but it is with vapes, especially Elf bars, is what I've noticed, mainly Elf bar, specifically, but also, like, other ones, like the tube vape, or I don't even know, my mind's not on that right now, but any of those, once you take that hit, you feel that warmth go into the lungs, and it kind of knocks the breath right out of you. You don't have to deal with that. You can deal with breathing regular air. Lighter substances like air, and that are not just fucking up your lungs, physically, right? You don't have to deal with that. Also, any grogginess you get out of doing it, any delayed kind of headache or offset of alertness that you get from it, which I noticed that if you dope yourself enough, and I'm using the dope word as kind of something that's a substitute of using nicotine to put you in a state of feeling doped or really nicotined, but that's not, nicotined out. Is that the right state for you physically? Is that really going to benefit your health in the long run? Ask yourself that question. Physically, you shouldn't have to feel like shit through your physical well-being. You shouldn't have that feel like shit and then mentally, spiritually, and emotionally just be fine, just because, you're sacrificing your physical body just so that you can feel good in the other categories, and then also feel good in the physical category, but then be guilty and have shame about all this stuff, and have impending doom, and not know what's to come in the future. Also, not even to tie into that like I did. I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to tie into it now, is mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, the anxiety that you have in all categories. That's eliminated once you quit nicotine. But yeah, physically, what are you looking for? Because you know that there's still much more to be done. There's still a lot of more growing to do. So it's up to you. Spiritually, had I continued smoking nicotine, and had I been here today, smoking nicotine right now, I for sure would not be making these videos, aka I would not be on my spiritual path at all. I wouldn't even be teaching you guys. I wouldn't even be out there with a voice helping people. And this is something that, I wanted to do in the works, and then that's when I pulled the trigger. As soon as I quit nicotine, it helped me get on my spiritual path. Spiritually, I must probably feel lesser just because I'd be giving up my power to something that I know that I never conquered. And I mean, now I conquered it, spiritually, I'm on that path, and to be honest, spiritually, that's what's keeping me physically here, mentally here, spiritually here, and emotionally. And it's just because, and mentally, spiritually, it's because of the path that it's put me on. That's one of the ways that I'm able to continue on this path, and to have so much, knowledge, so much wisdom, so much passion for teaching this. It's because of the spiritual path that I put myself on by choosing a certain choice, which was, abstaining from nicotine and quitting nicotine, and then detailing my journey and sharing and spreading awareness about nicotine addiction and the process of nicotine addiction, as well as teaching about the physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental states of being. So you can actually do this, there's times you can maintain on a spiritual path and have a nicotine addiction, but for me, that just wasn't working. It kept me too docile. It had way too much power over me. It was fulfilling me. It gives you that reward, so you don't really want to strive for anything other than that, because why would you when you have that reward? When you have that reward of nicotine, you're not going to want to strive to push yourself to expand. You want to keep rewarding yourself with the same maximum feeling, the same maximum comfort, the same I want to continue doing what I'm doing feeling, because that's what you know. Because that's what your reality. But you can change your reality, like I talk about. Emotionally, and I already chalked this one up today earlier, but I'm still going to throw a spin on it. I'm not going to say exactly what I did. I'm going to start freshly now. Emotionally, had I continued smoking nicotine, and why am I nicotine free today? Which for the last 3 categories I was supposed to say, but you guys get the point. Why am I nicotine free today? Part 2. This is the video, and this is the emotional category. I am up here compared to when I quit, when I was on nicotine. Emotionally, I'm here, and that's just what I'm saying to express that I was at a much more lower time when I was connected to nicotine. And that's not blaming it on nicotine, but it's blaming it on the fact that I made the decision to interact with a possibly destructive, possibly bad for me substance. And so on my part, I was subjugating myself to feeling down, feeling bad, having feelings of shame, guilt, all these things, regret, stuff that, you never would want to deal with, but you'd have to deal with it, and you'd be like, shh, this sucks, I don't want to feel this type of way, and then it made you think, and then it made you feel, and then you're like, holy shit, like, is my spirit actually trying to tell me something through this? Am I even on the right path? Like, how do I know when I'm on the right path? And emotionally, those things started sorting out once I quit nicotine. That's why I chose to quit nicotine. That is a reason why I'm nicotine free to this day, after 9 months and 6 days and continuing on forward. Yeah, today was a hard day. I pondered a lot, and I recollected a lot of things today regarding nicotine and regarding my path and regarding my journey. But that doesn't mean, that I let it cave me in. I didn't buckle to that. I emotionally rose to the challenge. I emotionally continue to grow, and I continue to grow mentally, spiritually, and physically as well. But yes, in order to see that in that way, I had to abstain from it, and I had to grow in these categories. Thank you guys for watching my video. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate everyone out there. And if you guys are struggling with anything, be it spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, any illness you're going through, anything, best of wishes to you. Peace to you. Thank you for the support. Anyone out there on their journey, just continue on. Keep going on. Thank you. Peace.